Good evening and welcome to KB EFL edition for our League One prediction show. How you doing, Bez?
Yeah, good. Eager to get into this. Obviously, we seem to be recording every other day at the minute, don't we? With it being Easter weekend. So, yeah, exciting times ahead for every club apart from, obviously, Rotherham United do. Unfortunately, I doubt.
All right, we'll crack straight into it then. Let's go. Cardiff versus Bolton. So, obviously, Cardiff, this is going to be a difficult one. I can possibly see why you've gone 1-1. I've gone 2-1 to Cardiff. But obviously, I think it will be a tight game. I do rate Bolton, but I just fancy Cardiff at home. So I've gone 2-1 for Cardiff to nick that game.
Yeah, I think Bolton are still a good side, and obviously Bolton sitting third place, and Cardiff they've slipped up a little bit, haven't they, in kind of recent weeks, and they've allowed Lincoln, if you like, to overtake them, and not only overtake them, they're 12 points clear of them, incredibly. So, fair play to Lincoln, but yeah, Cardiff have not won in 3 games, 2 draws and a loss, and I just think Bolton. I still think they're a good side, as I said. I just think it'll be another draw. Cardiff 1, Bolton 1.
Yeah, it'll be a tight game. So, yeah, you've gone 1-1, I've gone 2-1. Next up, a surprise here because you've gone 1-1. I've gone 2-0 Lincoln. I just think they're on a roll now. They're heading to win the league. And fair play to them. 7th lowest budget in League One, and they've made a mockery of it. I don't know how the 7th lowest budget with players like Adam Reach and stuff like that, but fair play to them. The recruitment's been bang on. The team have got a real spirit to them. They seem really fit. Again, I put this down to ownership. The ownership model there, they seem to have come in and really got the town behind them, and everybody seems happy at Lincoln. And they've done amazing things. So well done to Lincoln City. Guaranteed promotion now to the Championship. I don't think they will let up now. I think they want the title, and I think they deserve the title, in my view, for what they've done. On paper, Cardiff have got a much better squad than Lincoln, but Lincoln are a better team. That's been proven over the course of the season, and I think Lincoln will go on to win the league as well now. So I've gone 2-0. I don't rate Leyton Orient either. I think they're a very poor team. So 2-0.
Yeah, the only reason I'm going to draw is because I can just see Lincoln celebrating all week, and I think that might affect their performance on Saturday. I think you're right. I think they will go on and win the league quite comfortably, but I just honestly think they'll be that every night this week, drinking and what have you, and not training. And I just think they'll turn up Saturday, and like I said, they'll be almost hungover kind of attitude. And that's why I think Leyton Orient will get a draw. I also like Richie Wellens. Yeah, Leyton Orient were in trouble about 4 or 5 weeks ago, looking like they could go down, and they managed to get a couple of wins, couple of draws, and they've now got that 50-point mark. Now, I do think you'll need more than 50 points to stop up this season, but I can't see Leyton Orient going down myself. And yeah, that's why I think they'll get a draw at Lincoln. But yeah, congratulations to Lincoln. I'm with you on that. Fully deserved. And yeah, congratulations.
Next up, Plymouth versus Exeter. This is my home banker for the weekend. I've gone 4-0. I think Plymouth have now started to find a bit of form. I think they can still make the playoffs by the look of it now. So I think they're going to go full steam. I think Exeter, they picked up a win, which, wasn't good for us. But I think they're a poor team. I think they'll really get steamrolled here at Plymouth.
Yeah, it could be a little bit embarrassing for Exeter, obviously local derby. And Exeter actually dominated the first game this season, where they they won 2-0, but it could have been a lot more. And it is amazing how the fortunes have changed. You know, Exeter comes to the mid-table, beating Plymouth. Plymouth look like they're going down. You know, 6 months later, Plymouth are now fighting for playoffs. Exeter are looking likely to go down, and they've lost the manager as well. So, yeah, massive swing there. I can't see anything but a Plymouth win, like you said, and it will be comfortable. I've just gone 3-1 because it is very rare that you generally get like a hammering in a local derby. I do think Exeter, they'll put as much effort as they can do with it being a local derby, and that's why I think it'll be 3-1.
Yeah, fair enough. On to Blackpool versus Peterborough. I've gone 1-0. Blackpool have pulled out a little bit of form when they've needed to in this race at the bottom. They always seem to pick up the win at home by the odd goal, and I think this is another team, Peterborough, nothing to play for. I just think Blackpool will edge this one 1-0.
Yeah, two not great sides, not exactly in form sides. I mean, Peterborough, they've only won one game in about 10, I think, and that was against Rotherham. To be fair to Blackpool, again, bit like Leyton Orient, they were in trouble. They managed to get 2 or 3 wins, and they've managed to give themselves a really good chance of staying in the league. I've only gone a draw. I still think that Blackpool has still got to win a couple of games to guarantee safe there. And I think Peterborough as well, I don't think they're fully safe, you know. Peterborough and Barnsley are both on 51 points. And as I said, I do think you need probably 53, 54 to stay up. So, you know, I just think they'll go into this game hoping to get at least a draw. I think I said it about Charlton, actually. I think Peterborough will grind out a couple of results, which will get them a couple of points, and that'll be enough to keep them. I just think this will be that one of them games. I mean, Blackpool's victories, you know, Exeter at home, a last-minute goal, Burton, a late goal. They're only winning 1-0. They're getting a lot of luck of Blackpool at the minute, and I just think the luck will run out at some point, and I think it'll be this game.
Next up, Bradford. Oh God, bless me. Bradford versus Stevenage. We've both gone for a draw here. You've gone 0-0. I've gone 1-1. Both teams don't really score many, don't really concede many. I think both are obviously going to be in the playoffs, so could rest a couple of players potentially. So I'm just going to go 1-1. I think it'll be a tight affair. I don't think Bradford will have enough quality to actually beat Stevenage, and I don't think Stevenage will have enough quality to beat Bradford. So I've gone 1-1.
Yeah, I actually think this is an obvious 0-0 me because, like you said, I think it'll be a tight game. It'll be a draw. But both Stevenage and Bradford don't score many, don't concede many. You know, Stevenage played Rotherham over the Easter weekend and, you know, didn't really look like scoring against a really poor Rotherham side. And I felt that they were a little bit too defensive. And I think, you know, looking at league table, Stevenage are in pole position to get that 6th place. I think they'll be happy with a draw here. So I think they'll go to Bradford and just sit back and try and get a draw. And because Bradford don't score a lot of goals, I think they will. I think they'll end up 0-0.
I think they're guaranteed a playoff spot, aren't they now?
No, the 2 points clear of Plymouth with a game in hand. And Plymouth, let's say Plymouth beat Exeter and Stevenage draw, it actually puts Stevenage into the it puts Plymouth into the playoffs. So yeah, they still need at least.
Like they've got guaranteed playoffs, but
no, the 2 points clear. They need at least 2, if not 3 wins, Stevenage to guarantee playoffs. I know we had a Stevenage fan on our channel last week. And he was really positive, and he admitted before he came on he was going to be positive. I don't think Stevenage will get in playoffs. I think you're looking at Plymouth and Reading. I think they'll both finish above Stevenage. I'm still going for Reading getting those playoffs.
You think Bradford will get playoffs?
Well, Bradford are third. They're 9 points. Bradford are guaranteed a playoff. Really, they're 9 points clear of 7th. So they're guaranteed playoffs, Bradford. I don't think they'll go down. I don't think they'll win them, but they are guaranteed playoffs, unfortunately.
Next up, Burton versus Wimbledon. I don't know how Wimbledon are not closer to the bottom, to be honest, but I've gone 1-0 Burton. I think they're quite decent at home, and this is the type of game that Burton always win every season. They seem to beat teams like Wimbledon at home, so I've gone 1-0 for this one.
Yeah, fully agree. Wimbledon's form's horrendous. I mean, again, not safe. Wimbledon on 50 points. Form's not very good. They'll go into this game against the Burton side, who are very physical, and I think the physicality will win them the game. Like you say, Burton, when they get to a stage where they're desperate for a win, in order to keep them outside at bottom four, they go and get it, and I think that's going to be a case here. I think they'll beat Wimbledon. That'll give them 51 points, which is still not enough to stay up, but it'll give them a big boost. And it is interesting. I mean, look, the bottom three are down, aren't they? And to me, it does look like Exeter are probably going to be that fourth team to go down. So I think anyone who's Blackpool and above, I think your guys are going to be safe, including Donny, because Donny aren't safe yet. Just imagine if we'd have drawn against Doncaster, right? They'd have been on 48 points, and I think they'd have gone down. But yeah, looks like they're stopping up. So yeah, I'm going for this game, 2-1 Burton. I agree with you. I think Burton will get the win, which they need.
Doncaster versus Reading. I've gone 3-1 Reading. I think Reading will get the playoffs. I think Doncaster are lucky that they're not going down. They still could go down. I hope they do, because I think they threw the last game. Just so it Meadows or Rotherham will go down. I think Doncaster are definitely a worse team than us, 100% worse team than us. And I think they've got a decent enough manager, and I think that's just kept them above water. But for me, they're going to get spanked here against Reading, and I've gone 3-1.
I'll tell you what, while you were talking, then I thought I'll have a look at Donny's fixtures, right? They've basically got one massive game because, as you said, I think they're going to lose this game. Reading, their only Reading was against the league champions or champions-elect Lincoln. They've been on good form apart from the odd game here or there. It's going to be a comfortable day for them, and that's why I think they're going to win 2-0. Now, Donny's 5 games, they've got Reading, which you think they'll lose. Lincoln, which they'll probably lose. Stevenage, which I think they'll get a draw. They've got Peterborough last game of the season, which, again, they can win that, to be fair to them, but it is difficult. The one game, what's massive to them, is after Reading, they've got Northampton away. Now, if they go to Northampton, right, if they go to Northampton and don't win that game, so if they draw, I think they're in trouble. Because to me, they'll only get 2 points all season now, between now and the end of the season. That puts them on 52. The thing is, we need Exeter really to get 2 wins. And their fixtures are Plymouth, Stockport, Burton, Bradford. So they could beat Burton and Bradford, Exeter. So it does look like Donny have just about done enough to be safe, unfortunately. But I won't write them off yet to get relegated.
Well, I'm going to say something controversially, and it's going to maybe shock you, but
not like you,
I believe that 4th spot is between. I think who will go down will be either Doncaster or Barnsley.
Do you really?
Yeah, I do. I think one of them two are going to drop. So we'll see. We'll see.
Who would you rather go down out of those two?
Out of who?
Barnsley and Donny. If you have to pick one.
Doncaster.
Right, Donny. Okay.
Next game, Huddersfield versus Wycombe. Both teams don't score many goals. I think it'll be a very cagey affair where Huddersfield nick it 1-0.
Yeah, no, I saw this game. Wycombe have blown their chance at playoffs now. They're still only 4 or 5 points adrift, but there's like 6 teams between them and 6th, and it's not about points, it's about the fact there's too many teams have got to get by. So yeah, Wycombe have lost they had a really terrible Easter weekend, and that's cost them their season. Lost at Stockport 3-0, lost at home to Bradford 2-1, and yeah, season over. Huddersfield has still got a chance. Very strange tie to Huddersfield, because they'll lose it or draw against Port Vale away, and then they go and beat Leyton Orient away, and that win against Leyton Orient has given them a sliver of hope. They have to win this game if they want to get those playoffs places. I don't think they will. I think they've given themselves too much to do, but they have to win that game if they want. I mean, just looking at their fixture list, have they got easy fixtures, Huddersfield? They've got Wycombe, Cardiff, Bolton. So yeah, I think Huddersfield are not going to do it, because Cardiff and Bolton, I don't think they'll pick up many points out of them 2 games. So yeah, I think you'll win this Huddersfield, but I'm sorry, you're not going to get playoffs. League One again next season for you guys.
Next up, Rotherham United versus Barnsley.
I'm going. See that score quickly. See ya.
Listen. Right, so I'm even going to shock you even more here. Tonight is the first night that I've expressed these thoughts. So I was laid on my sunbed by the pool, and I nodded off, listening to a bit of Silky, nodded off. I had a dream. And Rotherham win the next 4 games, and we stay up. Yeah. So I think we're better than Barnsley. I think we're going to beat Barnsley comfortably. I've gone 3-1. I've just got a feeling everyone thinks we're down now, and I think we're going to win 4 in a row. And I think we're going to stay up, and I think we're going to send Doncaster down. That's
the thing is. The thing is, look,
baby. Honestly, I see it happening.
The Rotherham need to. I would say that Rotherham have got 6 games to go, right? If they picked up 5 wins and a draw, let's say, that's 16 points, which gives Rotherham 53 points. I think that just about keeps them. Like I think 52 points and below you down, right?
Yeah. I don't think we're losing. Listen, I don't think we lose another game. I think we win. We win 4 in a row and draw 2. That's what's happening. Bookmark it, boys. We're sending Donny down, and you know what? They're going to be crying.
What I would say, like if you look at, and this is me being a bit silly, I get that, but if you look at every in the individual game, right, and look at like, can Rotherham win this game and what's the reason, you can make a claim, right, that they do win these games. So Barnsley at home, A, they're at home, B, Barnsley are really struggling. The fans are against their club. Some of their fans are worried about relegation. So that's a potential win. Rotherham's then got Wigan away. Yes, Wigan have turned the corner, but they're still down there. They're still in trouble. It's not as if it's a difficult game. So that's another potential 3 points. Leyton Orient, again, similar to Wigan. They had a bit of a run where they got out of it, but they've lost a couple in a row now. So it's another winnable game. Then you've got Luton, note to play for, so they might be on beach. We need to hope that Reading are the same. Like, Reading concerns me because at the minute they will need something. Yeah, okay, so that's your draw. And then Wycombe away, again, they'll have no to play for. Rotherham will have nothing to lose, so they can win that game. So I do get it. I just look, we can't score a goal, Lee. We actually can't score a goal. What we need is, in order for us to stay up, they need a fluky win. They have to win this game or a game where, I don't know, it literally, so a Barnsley player scores an own goal within 1-0. If we can somehow get that lucky win and it relieves the pressure, maybe Rotherham do go to run. I don't know. I can't see it, I'm afraid. I mean, I've gone for 1-1, and I don't even think it'll be that. I think Rotherham will lose. I've gone for 1-1 because I'm trying to be positive. But I do think Rotherham will probably lose 1-0 again, unfortunately. They've not got a good record against Barnsley, have they? apart from this season. So yeah, I hope you're right, Lee, but I just can't see it, I'm afraid.
And then the final game, Wigan versus Mansfield. I've gone 1-1. Have I done? Is that your score?
No, well, I thought my score choice my score's 1-0 to Wigan. Mine.
Right, yeah. So my score were 1-0 to Mansfield. I don't know why I put yeah. I think Mansfield will win this game. I put that score wrong there, and I don't know why yours isn't 1-0. But yeah, so you're going 1-0 Wigan. We'll remove that.
Wigan, yeah, I've got 1-0 Wigan, yeah.
And I'm going 1-0 Mansfield. I think Mansfield are a good team. I think Nigel Clough's done a fantastic job there at Mansfield, and credit to them. Yeah, I think if the board give Nigel Clough the tools next season, I think there could be an outside chance of getting the playoffs next season, Mansfield. That's my view.
Agreed, yeah. Yeah, so as I said, I've gone 1-0 Wigan. I've kind of mentioned it. Wigan, I mean, I actually kind of want Wigan to win this game, because if Wigan do win this game, it probably guarantees the safety, and it does mean that they go into the Rotherham game with, hopefully being a bit complacent, and that's what I'm hoping for. Wigan have been good at home recently. I think they've won that 1-0 and 2-1, 2-0, so they've not conceded many goals at home in the last few weeks, and that's why I think they'll win this 1-0. I agree with Mansfield. He's done another incredible job, Clough, this season. They had a good FA Cup run. Form's been good. They've won 2, drawn 3 in the last 5. And look, they've improved on last year. And that's what Nigel Clough does. When he takes over a club, he tends to improve on them year and year. And the next step for him is they need to be challenging for those playoffs. So if I were Mansfield, that's what I'd be aiming for next season. And hopefully with a bit of investment, like you say, Lee, hopefully for Mansfield, Nigel Clough can get them into playoffs.
Super. And that brings an end. There's not that many games on the Championship, the League One this week. Yeah. So, yeah. Do you agree with us, guys? Do you think I'm going insane thinking Rotherham can still stay up? It's the hope that kills you, innit? You know what I mean?
Can you imagine, Lee? What would you do there if literally Rotherham stopped up and those last 2 places were Donny and Barnsley? That would be beautiful, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but that dream today on the Sun Lounger, I can't ignore it. I'm a very believer in stuff like that. And unfortunately, that's happened to me. So now I'm not in the camp that Rotherham are definitely down. I'm in the camp that we can stay up and win 4 on the bounce and draw 2. That's what I'm going for. Nothing's going to change my mind until probably after the 90 minutes against But then if we draw, I could say that's probably one of my draws out the way.
Yeah.
So realistically, I either want us to win or fucking lose. So then at least I can say it's definitely over. Because it's the hope that's killing me, man. It's sending me through mental health problems and all sorts now.
You can tell.
Yeah. But thank you for watching, guys. Like I said, if you are watching this on the channel of
Rotherham
Villas Edition, this will be going over to KB EFL Edition. So give that a like and a share and follow that, because next season all these videos will be only on the EFL show. It won't be on this Rotherham channel. I am going to put links in the description as well for the other channel to follow. We do have a Premiership channel as well. The link will be in the description for that. So if you like Premiership football and stuff like that as well, there is a channel of ours which is KB We Love Football. So both the links will be in the description for those channels. Thank you again for watching. And like I said, drop your comments in. We're always here to have a bit of healthy debate in the comments. And a lot of people give me a lot of stick, saying, I slag every team off. for Rotherham, but I've actually been quite kind to Mansfield. I've done a good job. I've congratulated Lincoln City on their promotion. So I think I'm a fair guy. You know, Barnsley fans and Doncaster fans don't agree, but they are two shit teams. Yeah, I only call it as I see it. Do you know what I mean? It's one of them things, and we shouldn't be below them teams. Yeah, if we're letting our standards drop to below Doncaster and Barnsley, you know, that's time to give up football for me. So yeah, sorry Barnsley fans, sorry Donny fans, but you're shit. Nothing personal. You know, I don't hate you. You know, it's one of them things, isn't it? Please like the video. Please share the video. And like I said, please comment. And we will see you again next week for more EFL predictions. Next season as well, we are going to be doing the follow-ups to these. So obviously some people will be saying, you know, who's winning and who's not. So we will, because we started it mid-season, we haven't sort of gone into the detail of it. We've just get the predictions out. But next season, it'll be a lot more. We'll be doing as pre-season predictions before the season starts. Players to watch, players not to watch. We'll discuss everybody's chances. And then every week we will do a prediction. And then we'll do a follow-up show discussing, did we get his predictions right? Where did it go wrong? Where did it go right? And there will be a leaderboard where me and Bez will be on, so we'll be quite competitive. Bez will probably find himself in second place most of the season, but that's the way it goes, isn't it? You know what I mean? Got to win everything. But thanks again for watching, guys, and we will see you next time. Take care.
See you all.